Wildfires. Wildfires are unplanned fires that occur in forests, grasslands, and other wildland areas. They can be caused by natural factors such as lightning strikes, or by human activities such as campfires, discarded cigarettes, and arson. Wildfires can be very destructive, causing damage to property and homes, as well as threatening human lives and wildlife habitat. The impact of wildfires can be widespread and long-lasting. They can cause significant environmental damage, including loss of vegetation, soil erosion, and water pollution. Wildfires can also release large amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, contributing to climate change. The severity of wildfires is influenced by a number of factors, including weather conditions, topography, and the type of vegetation in the area. Hot, dry weather and strong winds can quickly spread a fire, while the presence of steep slopes and canyons can make it more difficult for firefighters to access and control the blaze. To combat wildfires, firefighters use a variety of techniques, including water drops from helicopters and airplanes, digging fire lines to prevent the spread of flames, and setting backfires to create a controlled burn that removes fuel for the wildfire. Prevention efforts include creating defensible space around homes and communities, enforcing fire restrictions in wildland areas, and educating the public on responsible fire use. In recent years, the frequency and severity of wildfires have increased due to a combination of factors, including climate change, urbanization, and forest management practices. As a result, there is a growing need for effective strategies to prevent and manage wildfires, and to mitigate their impacts on people and the environment. How do wildfires occur? Wildfires are caused by the ignition of wildland fuels, such as dry grass, leaves, and trees. These fuels are set ablaze by a heat source, which can be natural or human-caused. The most common natural cause of wildfires is lightning, which can strike trees and ignite dry vegetation. Human-caused fires can be started by a variety of activities, including campfires, fireworks, cigarettes, and sparks from equipment or vehicles. Once a fire has started, it can quickly spread if the conditions are favorable. Factors that contribute to the spread of wildfires include dry weather, high temperatures, low humidity, and strong winds. These conditions can cause fires to move rapidly and unpredictably, making them difficult to control. Wildfires can be classified into two types based on the way they burn: surface fires and crown fires. Surface fires burn low-lying vegetation such as grass and shrubs, while crown fires burn through the tops of trees. Crown fires are more dangerous and difficult to control, as they can create their own wind and spread rapidly through the treetops. Topography also plays a role in wildfire behavior. Fires tend to burn faster uphill than downhill, as the heat rises and preheats the vegetation above. Canyons and valleys can also create chimney-like effects that draw the fire upwards, making it more intense and difficult to control. To prevent wildfires, it's important to follow fire safety guidelines and regulations. This includes obeying fire bans, properly extinguishing campfires, and being careful with cigarettes and other ignition sources. In addition, creating defensible space around homes and communities can help reduce the risk of wildfires spreading and causing damage. In summary, wildfires are caused by the ignition of wildland fuels and can be fueled by a combination of weather, topography, and vegetation. Understanding the factors that contribute to wildfires can help prevent them from starting and limit their impact when they do occur. Landslide. A landslide is a type of mass-wasting event that involves the downward movement of rock, soil, and other materials due to gravity. Landslides can be triggered by a variety of factors, including heavy rainfall, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and human activities such as construction and mining. Landslides can occur in various forms, including rockfalls, rockslides, debris flows, and mudslides. They can be small and localized or large and catastrophic, and can cause significant damage to infrastructure, homes, and other structures. Landslides can also have serious consequences for human safety, as they can bury people and disrupt transportation routes. There are several factors that can contribute to the occurrence of landslides, including the slope angle and gradient, the type of soil or rock, the presence of water or other fluids, and the amount of vegetation and ground cover. Engineers and geologists use a variety of techniques to assess the risk of landslides and to develop measures to prevent or mitigate their occurrence. How do landslides occur? Landslides occur when there is a loss of stability in a slope or hillside, causing the soil, rock, and debris to move downhill due to the force of gravity. There are several factors that can contribute to this loss of stability, including steep slopes. The steeper the slope, the more likely it is that a landslide will occur, especially if the slope is composed of loose or unstable materials. Saturation of soil. Heavy rainfall or melting snow can saturate the soil, making it more susceptible to sliding. The water acts as a lubricant, reducing the friction between soil particles and making it easier for the slope to fail. Earthquakes. Earthquakes can cause landslides by shaking the ground and destabilizing the slope. The force of the seismic waves can also trigger the failure of already unstable slopes. Human activities. Activities such as deforestation, construction, and mining can weaken the stability of slopes and hillsides, making them more prone to landslides. Geology. The type of soil or rock can also play a role in landslides. For example, soils with a high clay content are more likely to slide, while rocks with a high degree of fracturing are more susceptible to breaking apart and sliding downhill. Once a landslide is triggered, the material can move downhill in several ways, including rockfalls, rockslides, debris flows, and mudslides. The type of movement depends on the characteristics of the slope and the material involved in the landslide. Epidemics. Epidemics refer to the sudden increase in the number of cases of a disease beyond what is normally expected in a given population or geographic area. Epidemics can be caused by various factors such as the introduction of a new infectious agent, changes in the behavior of a disease-causing organism, or the spread of an existing disease to new areas or populations. Epidemics can spread rapidly and have significant public health and social impacts. They can cause a range of health effects, from mild illness to severe illness and death, and can have economic and societal consequences. Epidemics can also disproportionately affect vulnerable populations, such as the elderly, children, and those with underlying health conditions. There are several types of epidemics, including bacterial epidemics, viral epidemics, and zoonotic epidemics. Bacterial epidemics are caused by bacteria and can be treated with antibiotics. Viral epidemics are caused by viruses, and vaccines are often the most effective way to prevent and control them. Zoonotic epidemics are those that originate from animals and can be transmitted to humans. Examples include Ebola, Zika, and COVID-19. Epidemics can be controlled and prevented through various measures, including vaccination programs, disease surveillance, and early detection and response. Public health measures such as social distancing, quarantine, and contact tracing can also be effective in reducing the spread of disease during epidemics. Historically, epidemics have had significant impacts on human populations. The Black Death, a bubonic plague epidemic that occurred in the 14th century, killed an estimated 75 to 200 million people in Eurasia. The 1918 influenza pandemic, also known as the Spanish flu, infected an estimated 500 million people worldwide and killed between 20 and 50 million. In summary, epidemics are sudden increases in the number of cases of a disease beyond what is normally expected in a given population or geographic area. They can be caused by various factors and can have significant public health and social impacts. Epidemics can be prevented and controlled through various measures, including vaccination programs, disease surveillance, and early detection and response. How do epidemics occur? Epidemics occur when a disease spreads rapidly and infects a large number of people within a population or geographic area. The specific factors that lead to the occurrence of an epidemic can vary depending on the disease, but some common causes include transmission of the disease from person to person. Many infectious diseases are spread through contact with infected individuals or their bodily fluids, such as through coughing or sneezing. When a large number of people are in close proximity to each other, such as in crowded cities or during mass gatherings, the risk of transmission increases. Contact with contaminated objects or surfaces. Some diseases can be spread by contact with contaminated objects or surfaces, such as door handles, elevator buttons, or shared equipment. This is known as fomite transmission. Exposure to infected animals or insect vectors. Some diseases are spread through contact with infected animals or insect vectors such as mosquitoes, ticks, or fleas. When these animals or insects are present in large numbers or in close proximity to humans, the risk of transmission increases. Lack of immunity or vaccination. When a large portion of a population is susceptible to a particular disease, either because they have not been previously exposed to it or because they have not been vaccinated, the risk of an epidemic increases. This is particularly true for diseases that are highly contagious, such as measles or chickenpox. Environmental factors. Environmental factors such as climate change, natural disasters, and poor sanitation can also contribute to the occurrence of epidemics. For example, natural disasters such as floods or earthquakes can disrupt sanitation systems, leading to the spread of waterborne diseases. Once an epidemic has started, it can be difficult to control. Public health measures such as vaccination programs, disease surveillance, and early detection and response are essential for preventing and controlling epidemics. In addition, good hygiene practices such as hand washing and social distancing can help reduce the spread of disease. In summary, epidemics occur when a disease spreads rapidly and infects a large number of people within a population or geographic area. The specific factors that contribute to the occurrence of an epidemic can vary depending on the disease, but some common causes include transmission from person to person, contact with contaminated objects or surfaces, exposure to infected animals or insect vectors, lack of immunity or vaccination, and environmental factors.